Seat number 58, I rise to speak in favor of this bill.
You have time.
Thank you. Delegates, we should also consider that not only is this bill helping to protect the kids, but it is also providing peace of mind to all the parents who have to drop off their young children at school every day without any protection. And I think after the shooting this year, a lot of people really took that into consideration and probably have a harder time just dropping their kids off at school with no protection. So, and with that, I yield my time to any like-minded speakers.
Any like-minded speakers on the floor? Zaborski.
Representative Worski, Volusia Flag with delegation, seat number 2, I rise to speak in favor of this bill. It's a yield time.
Thank you,
Mr. Chair. It's ridiculous to expect that any solution we propose to this problem is going to be foolproof. We're trying to anticipate the acts of madmen, a madman who's bent on shooting up the school, and it's ridiculous to think that we can fully compensate for any ideas. This comes very close because we're putting people who have the capability and the training to respond to this in the school. Now, there have been many solutions proposed, and this sinks the sink of tragedy, and this is one of them. There will be many, many things that go into solving this problem, and this must be one of them because it can stop your students from being shot randomly in school. And there's simply very few better ways. We standing to prove that if you restrict the guns, they're still going to find a way to get the guns because it was stolen from the gun in question. The Bushmaster 15 is stolen from his mother. So restricting the guns isn't always going to work. But this has a very, very powerful shot at stopping someone from being able to commit a crime, especially to this magnitude. And with that, I move my time to any like-minded speakers.
Are any like-minded speakers on the floor? I'll take a seat.
Six, I rise to speak in favor of this bill and I accept the yield time.
You have time.
Thank you, Chair. Fellow delegates, I want to address the fact that what the author was saying to a previous delegate about the officer already is on campus. Even if the campus is a mile long and it takes 8 minutes to walk from one side to the other, it's not that 16 minutes where he has to take an 8-minute drive from his office to the school and then another 8 minutes from the one side of the school or wherever. So it's cutting major time down. Granted, he might not be able to stop it if there is a gun and someone does get shot, but he can track down the person much, much faster than if he were in his office or something like that. He would have to be called over a phone. And I yield my time to any like-minded speakers.
Are there any like-minded speakers on the floor? Sorry, delegates, this time has elapsed for this round of pro-debate. We'll now move into our final round of con-debate. At this time, amendments are out of order. Elkin, C.
Elkin, Treasure Coast delegation, seat number 47. I rise to speak in opposition to this.
You have time.
Basically, the general revenue fund is funds that were not appropriated directly through laws that are already in effect. And although the 100 million or so it would take to put in officers for all the elementary schools in Florida does not seem like a lot in the billions of dollars. There's many pieces of legislation that want to use this money as well, and it's going to be significant. There's so many things fighting over it. For the very small amount of school shootings, Sandy Hook was a tragedy and it's very sad, but compared to the amount of schools there are, it's very, very small chance. And so I don't know if the millions of dollars that it would take to put in officers would really justify this. And I yield my time to any like-minded speakers.
Any like-minded speakers on the floor? Tesla.
This delegation, seat number 17, and I seek an opposition to this bill and I accept the yield time.
You have time.
As the previous delegate mentioned, and I like to reiterate, school shootings still happen with some regularity in schools with guards in them. It seems to me like we're trying to solve the problem of children being shot with guns with the supposed solution of more guns. So there seems to be a disconnect in logic, and I yield my time to the like-minded speaker.
Any like-minded speakers on the floor? Perez.
Seat number 13, I rise to interrogate the author and reserve my time to speak afterwards.
Is the author ready to interrogation? You got that right.
How many school shootings have happened in the state of Florida?
21.
How many of those have been in elementary schools?
I'm not sure the exact number, but I believe around half of them have.
Around half of them. Well, I feel that it, I feel that it is important to protect children in elementary schools. I feel that in recent events, the number of school shootings have been reported happening in other states. While it is important to ensure the safety of our own kids in Florida, I don't feel that we are in dire need of enforcing every elementary school to have plainclothes armed guards. I feel that it's an unnecessary use of the state's time and an unnecessary usage of law enforcement's resources. And I yield my time to any of my speakers.
Would you like my speakers on the floor? Comments?
Thomas Wilson, Kelly Delegation, seat number 30. I rise to interrogate the authors and reserve my right to speak
Do
after.
the authors yield to interrogation?
Yes.
You have that right.
Why is this bill only for elementary schools rather than high schools as well?
Because high schools and middle schools have resource officers assigned to them,
Yet half those shootings that you were just talking about occurred in high schools.
shootings happen in public places. I mean, it's just the nature of them, they're freak incidents.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any like my speakers on the floor? Amy?
Delegation seat number 20, I rise to speak in opposition to this bill, and I accept the yield of time.
Time has been called. We'll now move into the author's closing. You have 4 minutes and 7 seconds.
Thank you, Chair. First, I'd like to address several of the concerns. I know a few of you were saying that what if there's all these ethical concerns about the officer being in one place and only being one officer. The intention of our bill, we know that we can't stop every tragedy from happening. We know there's going to be these crazy incidents that happen. That is the nature of shootings. They're unpredicted, they're unpredictable. You can't even really use statistics to track where they're going to go next. Our bill is more of really a preventative. A delegate said it's more of a preventative than an intervention. We don't want to have to intervene when it's too late and too many students are dead. We did that with almost every shooting we've had so far. Oh yeah, we show up. Oh yeah, we show up all right after it's happened. After 20 kids are dead. After 18 kids are dead at Columbine. After a dozen are dead at Virginia Tech. We've seen these gun-free zones that many talk about. You know, I know another delegate brought up that guns in this zone would be somewhat of a bad idea, but these gun-free zones are where everybody gets killed in these mass shootings. Imagine if there was just a single armed guard at Sandy Hook. Just one armed guard. What if he would have stopped that? Those are some of our brightest and best children. They are the future of our country, and we cannot just let them slip away like that.
At Pearl High School, Mississippi, our vice principal was able to detain a student who had already killed 2 and wounded 7 because he was able to retrieve a firearm in his truck and force the shooter to surrender. Also, at an Atlanta middle school, the shooter was stopped because there was an armed guard on duty.
Fellow delegates, our schools hold our future citizens, and obviously, as we've recently seen, there have actually been incidents where the shootings have been stopped by a good guy with a gun. Take, for example, there was a shooting in a Texas diner where everybody fled into the movie theater next door. The shooter went to proceed to go attack the movie theater. An off-duty police officer, concealed carrying, went and shot the man and stopped him before he could kill those people. Also, I would like to bring to attention, if you noticed when you came in the building today, there was armed guards here at our state building. There's armed guards at every state building. What about our elementary schools? Our elementary schools have no armed guards. They're not as important, I guess, as we are, because we're adults now? Because this is where the adult American work? Those are the future of our country. And if we don't protect them in their most vulnerable state, what are we doing good as a government?
Also, plainclothes armed guards are a much better choice than resource officers because they are in normal clothes and not uniforms. So when a gunman does come to the elementary school, they will not notice that there's a police officer on campus and think they are all secure and they can do whatever they want. Versus while they do see a police officer on campus, they will go straight to the police officer and kill them first. So it'll make a safer environment for the elementary schools. And
Fellow delegates, Thomas Jefferson once said, "The care of human life and happiness, and not their destruction, is the first and only legitimate object of a good government." And I yield the remainder of my time to the chair.
Thank you for your gracious yield. Author, you are now recognized.